Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, a free site, bettingangle.us, a free site. Let's talk NFL football. It's come to this. We're now at the conference championship phase. This is the Monday after the Cincinnati Bengals beat Buffalo in Buffalo 27-10. And of course, it's the Monday after the San Francisco 49ers beat the Dallas Cowboys 19-12. Let's talk about a betting strategy for this weekend. But first, remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. Now look, these picks are going to be controversial, but you have to pursue angles if you're going to make money. Also, I'm looking for leverage. So if I feel a team is going to win this weekend or has a good chance of winning, then I'm going to look at the futures. Because my attitude is I want to lock in odds right now. I want to lock in today's perception. And if the team wins, then I'll have the opportunity to hedge against them and have both sides of the play in the Super Bowl. So in the AFC, given all that's happened, some of it unexpected, I like the Cincinnati Bengals to win the Super Bowl at a plus 265. That's the way I'm playing the AFC Championship game. Why? And the game's in KC. But why? Because I saw Pat Mahomes get injured and he could barely walk after that injury. Right? I don't think Pat Mahomes is going to magically be able to overcome a high ankle sprain and be anything close to 100% when that game is played. Also understand, too, last year in the playoffs, the Bengals showed you that they could beat KC in the playoffs. Now, I know KC probably has this game circled. They probably want redemption. But understand, there's a pattern here. The Bengals have beaten Kansas City 3 straight times. Right? Given the way the odds are, you're telling me I get a plus 265. In other words, if we split it down the middle, that would be a greater than plus 130 for both this game and the Super Bowl. And I get Joe Burrow. Let's face it, too. That Bills game wasn't even as close as it looked. Also, Cincinnati's defense, which, if you look up the box score for last year's Super Bowl, did awfully well against the Los Angeles Rams last year. Well, it's January, and guess what? They just gave up 10 points. 10 points to one of the offensive juggernauts in the league, the Buffalo Bill offense. Right? 10 points. Game in Buffalo. Cincinnati's defense seems to be clicking. Since I'm getting nice odds, in my opinion, a plus 265, no need to put a bow on the package. I'll take it. Right now, people need to realize I have futures already on these teams because I believe the time to get futures is when they're offering you considerably more than a plus 265. If you've tracked my videos, you know that earlier you could have gotten better odds on really all of these teams. In the AFC, I'm going to dare destiny here. I know Andy Reid is tough. I know Pat Mahomes is tough. Let's face it, this is the 5th straight AFC Championship game that the Chiefs will have played in. But understand, this is the 2nd straight for Joe Burrow. Zach Taylor seems to me to be one of the more underrated, one of the better coaches in the league. I'm taking the Bengals to win the Super Bowl at a plus 265. In the NFC, and understand how biased I am, there is some bias that goes into this, right? And trust me, I was in a bar watching the Niner-Cowboy game, right, with a lot of Niner fans at that bar, right? I'm in the Bay Area. I'm telling you, people really feel that it's their time. Everyone remembers the Super Bowl right on the table. Jimmy Garoppolo missing Emmanuel Sanders on a bomb. Had he caught that bomb, San Francisco would have beaten Kansas City. The team would have a different complexion. Right? Kyle Shanahan would have a different complexion. We'd think of the team differently. So people here feel they are this close. They know, too, they beat the Rams in the regular season last year. They know they were ahead in the NFC Championship game last year. And the feeling out here is that they let it get away. Now, all of that's true, but I like the Eagles to win the Super Bowl, right? Because I'm getting a plus 243. Now, I'm not particularly enamored of read option quarterbacks. This is a less than optimal situation for me. But I really don't like rookie quarterbacks at this stage of the season. Now, Brock Purdy, less experienced than Jalen Hurts, right? Hurts has been in the league. This is Purdy's first year. Understand, yesterday, against the Cowboys, now granted, I still believe the Cowboys had the most talent of any of these teams, but understand, yesterday, Brock Purdy threw for 199 yards. No touchdowns. 19 of 29. Understand, too, some of the catches were heroic catches. There's a George Kittle catch where the ball is a little bit too far in front of him. Kittle hits it. It happens to bounce off his helmet right back into his hands. Right? Luck went the Niners' way yesterday. But yet the Niners didn't score 20 points, did they? Purdy didn't pass for a touchdown, did he? There weren't a lot of deep balls that had you oohing and eyeing. Right? Let me also say, too, Philadelphia's defense. You just saw them take out the New York Giants. Right, folks? They gave up just one touchdown to the Giants yesterday. Right? Just one. Understand, the Giants the previous week, had beaten Minnesota in Minnesota. The NFC East, let's take a hard look at them. Right? The Cowboys beat Tampa in Tampa. The Giants beat Minnesota in Minnesota. That Cowboy-Niner game was competitive all the way through. Right? Dak, of course, threw 2 picks. Shot the Cowboys in the leg. Tony Pollard broke his leg. So the Cowboys didn't have their best running back. Sorry, Zeke, it's not you, it's Tony. Right? But understand how rare the NFC East is. The team that didn't make the playoffs, the Commanders, they were 8-1. They were 500. Let's just say I like the level of opposition that the Eagles played this year a lot more than I like the level of opposition that the Niners played. Right? Arizona's already fired their coach. They were well below 500. The Rams, well below 500. Right? The NFC West was not competitive on the level that the NFC East was. Also, Philly, of course, is a rookie quarterback's worst nightmare. They have an elite pass rush. Folks, they led the league in sacks. Brock Purdy is going to be under all kind of pressure. Against the Cowboys, put up less than 20. That game was at home. Now he has to go to Philadelphia in front of that passionate crowd against a defense that pressures the quarterback even more, that just held the Giants to 1 touchdown. Right, so